Okay, so these are Kenna's photos, and this is the first one, and it's the shallow depth of field. Obviously, I really like this photo, as I've spoken about in the past. That when you have a subject, make sure they're kind of looking into the frame. It's always just a little bit more pleasing. For whatever reason, our eyes just like that a little bit better. She's in focus. All this is out of focus, but it's nice that it still gives some story to the image. Looks like they're playing ladder ball on the beach. It looks like a bird or something in the background, which is cool. Um, it's really, really nicely composed that they're filling up all this kind of dead space, so it gives a little bit more story. If they hadn't been here, it's really just a face and a background. So this is really, really nice in the background. I might explore see if cropping this little bit out, maybe go right here, crop that, and see if that works any better. Try it, see if it works. If it doesn't, no big deal. But that's nicely done. Um, I wish the eye in this area was lit up a little bit more, was a little bit more in the sun. I mean, that's me being very, very picky, but nicely done on that image. And we can see, of course, from her f-stop and everything, the lower the number here, the lower the f number, the shallower the depth of field. So the next image. I'll wait on my computer. Okay, so again, this is our point of interest on that kind of third, and you don't have to do every single photo you take on that third. That's not, I mean, it's a rule. Rules are meant to be broken. Once you understand why it works, you'll just do it subconsciously and not even know why you're doing it. But this one's really, really nice. This is cool. And then, of course, we really only look here because this is what's sharp, and we don't look at all this noisy background stuff. So that's good. I like the way this one works in black and white. I'm sure you've, of course, seen it in color. And if you like it better in color for this assignment, please feel free to leave it in color. I just wanted you to think about stuff that would, think about black and white. What would you shoot in black and white? What works, what doesn't work as an artistic form. And I think the crop works well. That little bit of space there is, all that's fine. We don't even think about all this dead space here. Okay, so this one is the large or long depth of field. So, of course, they're in focus. The water here is in focus. The water there is in focus. And the clouds that are miles away are also in focus. And even though your number, it's a medium-sized number, but it all has to do with the distance from your subject from the background. So if you would have photographed this one at that same f-stop, it would have still had a shallow depth of field because this is very close and that's also not that far away. Whereas when your subject gets further away and the background gets further away, more and more is in focus or sharp. So start thinking about that. What's close to you, what's far away, how those numbers kind of take effect. And it's all just practice, experimentation, trying different things, and knowing how those numbers play a role. Okay, so this is your large depth of field. And of course, f25, big number there. So it's a very, very small opening in your lens. And you can see this is in focus. He's in focus, and those clouds miles and miles away are in focus. So my only comment on this one is this hand and legs look like they're growing out of her. So my only thing with this one is if you moved a little bit to the left, do we want to see this person's face, who that person is? So that might be a little bit of a change to it. And of course, I know you can't go back and recreate this, but that's my only small thing that you might not have seen when you were taking it. But now kind of knowing, maybe if I saw this person, What I do really like about this image, though, is this hand and how she's pointing down this leading line and everyone's looking this direction. I have such curiosity of what is going on over here. You know, what are they all looking at? But it's a good expanse of sky. I think the black and white works well with this. If his face could have been lit up a little bit more, it would have been nice. And as you can see, since this is lighter here, you obviously know that the sun is coming from this direction. So if you were giving these people guidance, saying, you know, look this way, look at me, whatever, and you can tell this person, kind of cheat your face, and instead of looking this way, look kind of this direction. So their face turns slightly to the left, and that side of the face would be illuminated slightly more by the sun. You know, it's a small thing, but I like the image a lot. I just wish this didn't look like it was just growing out of her to make her look like she has a small hand there. But it's a good image. I love this reflection too. You know, that would be something else to play around with. All right, so that's the end of your 4 photos. Good job. If you have any questions, let me know. And of course, feel free to take more photos, edit these, however you want to do it. You know, you have another week to recreate them, edit them, change them, take more shots. So good job, Kenna.